What's everybody? What's up, everybody? We're live for the beginner stream. Don't know what we're doing here, but we're trying to figure it out. So I hope everyone's having a good night. I'm here with my friend Connor. What's up, Connor? So do you wear a mask? Because one of the things I'm kind of a bitch. It's like, wearing a mask isn't that big of a deal. I'll just do it. Plus, my girlfriend makes me do it, so I do it. But you're anti-mask, right? I don't wear it outside either, because it's pointless. I don't wear it in the car. What's the point of wearing it in the car? Does Jenny make you do that? Yeah, I've seen that too. It's kind of ridiculous. No, because like I go to the Starbucks drive-through and the people were wearing masks and they're all decked out, but it's like I don't even bother putting the mask on. I do it if I go. I do it if I go inside. But that's like everybody. I don't know because there's a lot of people upset about it, but it does have its upsides. As in, like you ever cross some really smelly people and you're kind of grossed out. Well, now it filters out any bad smells and anything like that, which is kind of an unanticipated benefit. Or you go into a public restroom, and it's like, God, I'm glad I have this mask on it. It's like a level of protection. But I'm supposed to travel. Yeah, so I just started live streaming. I've done two, and they were like last minute, and I was like, oh my God, this is gonna fucking fail. Um, Shit, sorry, I just got distracted. It's really difficult because you have to multitask. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I had some interesting live streams that I did at the last minute, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. It's gonna fucking fail, and they actually went off pretty much without a hitch. But I don't have like all the cool effects um, that other people do. Like I don't even. Oh, okay. This guy I used to stream with. I used to talk to this guy who's like a fucking Nazi streamer, and he's starting at the same time. So we got like one guy in here, but I'm a new streamer, so people will see it. I'll put it on Twitter. So like we talk on we talk on the phone anyway, so it's like the same thing. You know what I mean? So I don't know what else is on your mind. Um, well, overall, I think it's bullshit. But I like to understand the people that. So maybe we can ask Jenny about why she likes tearing down statues. No, I'm just joking. I don't think she's in favor of that. But the people do have their rationales, and you could. So this is the way these things start, right? Like if there if there was a statue of Hitler, you'd be like, okay, I can understand wanting to take that down. And then it's like, well, Stalin actually killed more people, and Mao, whatever. Okay, I can understand taking that down. And then it's like you get to Christopher Columbus, and it's like, well, he didn't kill millions, but he was a really bad guy. And you're like, okay, I can understand that. So it's just a slippery slope, but eventually you get an area of ridiculousness. And what's more, so now they want to tear down Mount Rushmore. And if they were going to build Mount Rushmore today, people would probably be like, okay, this is wrong. It's on Native American land, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, what are you prioritizing? The feelings of snowflakes and SJWs? Is that more important than our history and our heritage? So there was actually this really interesting, uh, what do you call it? Something on Twitter. You're not really on Twitter. Yeah, I know it's stupid and lame. This thread, they call it. And a guy was posting all of the leaders that were anti-Semitic. They were like really mean to Jews, and he wasn't saying, um, he wasn't saying he wanted to tear down these statues, but he's like, well, while we're at it, if we're going to tear down the statues of mean people, all of these people are, anti-Semitic and were mean to Jews. So, but people thought he was serious, but he wasn't being serious. But like, I don't know where you draw the line. If they're going to get rid of the Confederate statues, I think they should put them in a museum. I can understand the Confederates. I I guess, but not George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, any of the slave-holding presidents, because they're not. We don't have them on. We're not saying they're perfect people. We're saying they were important, impactful people, despite their imperfections. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Wow, who's that sexy woman? Go ahead, ma'am. Um, it's a well, to honor. Okay, I'm answering Jesus. Jesus, is this what it's like to be married to you? Right. Okay, so what if someone? Okay, so what if you have a president who was impactful or whatever, and he had a sordid past, like Trump? No, well, yeah, but like owned slaves. That's hard. That's hurtful to some people. You know what I mean? So like, how do you think you draw a line? Yeah, but they're right. I'm trying to start a yeah, yeah. Keep going. Right. I'm just quiet because I created the wrong type of meeting that's unsecure, the one we're in. So I'm trying to do that for my friend. His name is Spiritual Mamzer or Conops. God damn it! I am just so dumb. I can't figure this shit out. But anyway, well, what else is on your mind? What do you think of your governance, like Lori Lightfoot and Lori Lightfoot and Pritzker? Yo, yeah. Wait, hang on a second. Can you guys hear each other? Okay, Bill, I'm gonna or Connor, I'm gonna try to get you on another call because I didn't realize I was in the wrong type of meeting. It was insecure. I got my friend Conops, or does he go by Spiritual Mamzer, on the call. So we're gonna try to get everyone in the same call. Because apparently this is unsecure. So just get what I'm sending to you. Anyway, Conops, how are you? Good. I'm sending this email now, Bill. Just beginner streamer here, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. No, I'm just when's the meeting, and you inform me. I didn't even know the difference between a hangout and a meeting, so that's why this is all retarded. But I guess this is how you learn. So I'm just gonna send my friend Connor an email, and he'll join. Right. Okay, Connor, I just sent that, so you should be able to join, and we can all be on same call and not be retarded. Sorry about that. So what the sound, the wheeling? Yeah, the fan goes and it gets overloaded with all of this and it won't stop. So that's kind of what that is. Yeah, but it's fitting with the G's being cheap. So there you go. But Connor, did you get that new email link? Yeah, so you just quit this. Just hang up on this call and try to join that other one. Sorry for the trouble. I'll give you a full refund. Okay. Retardation. Okay. No. That's just to play at my. That's just to play at my channel. But yeah. What's new? I think I've seen you on like a couple of OV calls. Wait, so he really did move? Oh my god. Do you think he was legit or an asset? Or like what? For the feds? Well, they would get more people, but it would just what arouse suspicions. That's what you're saying. Yeah, because it is entrapment, so they would be more of a passive, I think. I never believed all the Fed stuff. I thought it was kind of crazy, but the fact that so many people are so adamant about it, and maybe be like, well, maybe I'm just a naive normie, and some of these people, right? Um, but they say David Duke. Well, I mean, I guess they say he was legit, but then he found himself in so much trouble he sold himself to the feds. Something like this. Mm-hmm. That's all. That's all an insane story, you know. How do you feel that you've been on with such famous white nationalists that are on these radio shows? I do enjoy that show. I don't speak German, even though those guys are kind of cringy leftists. Hey, Connor, you there? He must be on the other call still. I don't know. We're retarded here, but yo, Connor, right? You there? Okay. I don't see him in the call. Yeah, well, I mean, if he's on the audio, that's fine. Sorry for being rude and everything, but we're retarded here. No, he's not a video. There's no Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, yeah. Okay, he's here. Connor, Connor. Well, I don't know. He should be able to figure it out or whatever. But I do see him on the same call. Yeah, I didn't even know how to start a hang up. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, yeah, it was pretty crazy that we got to talk to all those people. So we're sort of like amateur experts on this movement and how these people think. But it was really interesting, you know. Yeah, I mean, they're crazy people with crazy police, but they're hard to argue against, you know. But like, I mean, I was like you. I went into the lion's den, and then you're arguing like against four or five people, and you know you're using your documents or this and that or whatever. But it's like, at the end of the day, it has very limited effects. So yeah, absolutely. But I definitely learned a lot from it, and against similar type people. And because imagine reading like a Vice article about those people versus actually dealing with them. It's totally different. Um, you, I still think that radio show is good. I mean, I don't speak German, but still, it's still way better to actually deal with them in person. Yeah, well, I follow them on Twitter. You know, it was just for the show, and they're just really cringy Antifa supporting leftists. So yeah, you know, oh, they tore down these statues, yay progress, and it's like, well, you know, I kind of like their show, but I definitely don't support this bullshit. But well, this is why I'm against attacking white people and saying things like we need to end whiteness, even though you can be like, oh, that's not violent. It's just saying we need to end white privilege or anything, because what's the reaction to that going to be? You're going to get what you have in um, some of these European countries with these quasi-fascist revival movements, and you're getting it a little bit in the U.S. And so that's what I'm against. But it's in vogue to be against whitey, and tear down their statues and talk about white privilege and this type of a thing. So. Yeah, I'm in the South. Not. Yeah, more in the cities like Austin, and it's circles, right? Like it's certain circles that are liberally influenced, liberal cities and universities, and Twitter. But Twitter doesn't represent like the common man or the silent majority. It's the blue check marks and the in vogue crowd. You know what I mean? So it's dominant in the media and social media. Not dominant, but you know, definitely has a voice, but not in wider society. So my naive normie view is, um, we hear you again if you can hear us. Um, I mean, we'll see. Well, okay, Donald Trump's election isn't necessarily a referendum on these views, but I don't know. I just hope the silent majority shows up and speaks. Dude, the meme of the year might be. You saw the couple with the weapon, the machine gun, and the wife with the gun. You seen that, right? You haven't seen this? Oh fuck. Okay. Okay, I gotta test my skills and show this on the screen. But yeah. So they were protesting in St. Louis, which is kind of a pretty horrible city, and they go near this fucking mansion. That- Okay. Um, Bill, we hear you. You just gotta like turn up the volume or something. No, you're good. Just chime in, like listen and chime in when you want. Hang on a second. But anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Conops, what's up? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna show it on the screen in a second. We'll do a little Tucker. Again, my it's just gonna be on the YouTube. Unless I share screen. Let me see. Oh, I don't know. It's just a camera. I don't have to share screen on the. Oh, that must be an option. Yeah, I really. Yeah, definitely. Well, I actually have done. Um, it's fine. I have done two successful streams. One with Halsey, which went to a pretty good crowd. So he's a pretty big name. See it? Okay. Uh, and now I'll just play it. See that couple? Look at that mansion, though. You probably see that in Europe. They said they're Democrats, but they might have done that just for the TV. Right. But right. But it's all about the marginal. It's all about the marginal vote in the United States, and so I think you're aware of this. But all that matters is Florida, Ohio, maybe like Pennsylvania. It's who's going to win Florida and who's going to win Ohio, unless it's like a landslide and it doesn't matter. And there's like a people have just had enough of Trump, which I can understand why people are upset with Trump. Things aren't going well right now. And it all comes down on the leader takes the fall much of the time. So yeah, the COVID thing is just I don't know how it is there. I thought you were trying to like the herd immunity thing, but here it's just pandemonium. But the Netherlands is not that bad, right? The Netherlands is better than like the U.S. I haven't heard much about the Netherlands. I know it's small. So it's shrinking, right? So, so you're saying the meeting is less secure, or like what? It shows your name. Okay. Okay. I didn't know. Like I didn't even realize. I thought it was like the new meetups or whatever. Okay. Well, no, that's good. So I know for the future, and I'll just figure out how to do meetups. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, Hangouts first meeting. Did you know the trick you used to be able to do where you used to be able to go in and kick everybody out in a live stream? So like people would do this, like Brundlefly and stuff. It's pretty funny. It's so hilarious because you just join for a split second, quit, and then you have the functionality to go and just kick everybody out. Yeah, I think I'm blaming it on somebody else. Because sometimes they can see it's you and they rush in to kick you. But I did it to Norman Hobbs' stream once, kicked everybody out, and he had to restart the stream or the call. And he came in and he was, well, some of these people aren't the most stable people on the planet, right? But he comes back in and he's like, whoa, oh my god, that was like some fucking sci-fi, like, um, what, like that UFO show, the files. Yeah, this, something like that. It was like I forget the name of that show, but there was that show, the Something Files. But it was like something out of a sci-fi movie. The X Files. It was like that was like some X Files shit. I don't know what happened, and for like 30 minutes, he was all freaked out and worried. Oh my god, dude, it was so hilarious. Yeah, but this circle is like, go ahead. That would be that would be horrible, especially since you don't have much recourse as a foreigner. I, I think it's a growing problem. I mean, society's fractionating. People don't have much hope in their leaders and their political movements and this and that. So the the alt right or whatever those type of people haven't done much lately, but they have had the terrorist attacks, the Christchurch, the Dylan Roof. They were all tangentially connected to that in some way or another. Whatever, Dylan Roof read Amran, and no, like that Amran doesn't. It's American Renaissance. Mr. Taylor, they don't promote violence in any way, but it's just these ideas really animate people. Um, okay, yeah, definitely. Hmm. Yeah, they. Yeah, well, it seems like there's a lot of people that are JQ affirmative people that are trying to get on the same page. They're trying to make that trend and etc. So whether they're like Islamists or alt right or even far leftists, it's like, well, if we're on the same page on this, we should cooperate on this. So that's kind of a little scary to see because pe- people that are JQ affirmative, by and large, I mean they're mostly pretty unhealthy. So it's like it affects themselves, it affects these groups, and then of course when they act out, it can affect other people. So we've definitely noticed that. I think it's both. So they're a little bit lost to begin with. They're not well moored. They don't have a strong foundation. So they come into the Luke Ford show or Bateman or whatever their entry point is. Twitter, get red pilled. They're in an echo chamber, um, and it's a cascading effect. Like you're familiar with this chick Ash all day, right? I want Luke moved all his old content. It's so hard to navigate. It's all in BitChute, but I went and saw an old clip of her, and she's like normie conservative, asking Luke questions about Judaism. And then 6 months later, she's citing cultural critique and protocol there's of the elders of Zion. And granted, this chick she was fucking dumb. Like she could have been a Zionist if Halsey got a hold of her. But she picks that up. She's gonna homeschool her kids. I'm sure she's gonna say it to her kids. So it's pretty toxic, and those people are gonna be the most impacted. You know what I mean? So it's a question of what's the best way to fight it. I was having this argument. He ended up on my channel. This guy Paul Talk, if you're familiar with him, and he so I don't know. He's been like attacking me and clipping me or whatever. It's fine, but he's saying it's just basically um, I don't know. In the Luke Ford sphere, you had like Kyle and everybody else almost, and I can understand like like Kyle rubs people the wrong way, but I thought it was overblown. And then just to be a contrarian, it's like Kyle's here by himself, pretty much with like one or two supporters, and everybody hates him. So I start chiming in on the side of Kyle, which I agreed with him more than the people he was arguing against, but I also did it to kind of be a contrarian. And so we had Kyle and I had a live stream like 2 weeks ago, maybe at this point. He watched it, clipped it, and he thinks the anti-Nazi thing or being against Wignats is bad because it's when you look at the Nazis as the ultimate evil and they're on the right, it's a self-defeating ideology. So I don't know. He kind of had some interesting ideas that I was trying to consider because if I'm wrong about something, I want to hear why and try to understand it. That's how you learn, right? So I don't know. I didn't get. It was like, all right, I kind of get what he's saying, but I'm not really feeling his ideology. So we just went back and forth, and he was just really adamant and. Right, I gotcha. Well, it doesn't take much to get hated, right? Um, just to disagree with these people a little bit. But yeah, Will or Connor, whatever you go by. I guess he can't hear us, but he's making noise. Yo, can you hear us? Oh, okay. Yeah, we've been hearing you fumbling around, and we're like, shit, he can't hear us. But did you? No, you're a fertile family. That's a good thing. This is So you changed something so you can hear us, I guess. Okay. But no, it's fine. Nothing important here. But what happened? It was really low volume or something like this. Okay. Well. Okay. Cool. So this is my friend Conops, the Eurocuck. He's a Dutchman. He's from the Netherlands. We've had the experience of Conops and I have spoken with like white nationalists and yeah, we capital. So we were just kind of catching up on what we've learned in these circles. But and yeah, I have a really small channel. I just stream about stuff, but it's interesting. Yeah, we know each other, but and yeah, we talk about these kind of things. So it's like, yeah, we can catch up and do a live stream. It's sort of like we could talk about the things we want to talk about in the world politically and stuff. And it's also a live stream. It's kind of more productive. You know what I mean? And like I had some other friends I invited, from like different communities. Cause, like I got a black friend. I want to hear his take about Black Lives Matter and this type of thing. So I think this is like how Luke Ford started his streams. He knew a couple people in real life that are more dependable than internet friends, and then he went from there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, he went like he went full bore. Like he dedicated his whole life to it. But yeah, yeah. Like anything in moderation, it's healthy. But yeah, Connor, anything you any thoughts or anything you want to say? Questions? Yeah, or just like anything we've talked about, or yeah, what's on your mind? Yeah, we were basically just talking about like some people that we've known and our experiences. We've actually talked to some kind of crazy white nationalist activists online, and there's theories like whether they're real and legit, or they're just feds that are trying to, I don't know, trick people and trap people. And Conops is saying that he believes that they're definitely legit. We've talked to some. There's this live stream that talks about white nationalists. It's kind of interesting, and they address some of these people who are like well known in the movement. I mean, these people aren't really popular, influential people, but within these this small crazy movement, they are. So, Conops here thinks that they are actually legit people with expressing their real beliefs. So it's just kind of these small, isolated, crazy echo chamber that we somehow wormed our way into. But it was all very interesting. And Conops here said he did it. I think initially he did it because he was curious, and then he just became interested talking. Oh, I'll let him talk. Yeah. Wait, what? You're gonna go? Okay. Yeah, it is kind of a mind fuck. But what do you think is the most like a bunch of people got banned this week on YouTube of like Richard Spencer accounts, white nationalist accounts. What do you think is the most effective way to combat? They're trying to not let people get. They're trying to limit the reach of these people through censorship, whether that's on Twitter or YouTube. Censorship has its downsides as well, but I don't know. How do you think that that ideological war should be fought? Yeah, I mean, what do you think is the most effective? Because censorship is a harsh word, but what about, like YouTube has its algorithms, and one of the issues that's been brought up is you start watching one edgy video, it suggests another one. So one of the things they've tried to do, which is a low hanging fruit, is change the algorithm so it doesn't lead people down dark paths. I mean, it's not really censorship because you're not hiding or banning people. It's sort of, but it's limiting promoting, you know. So there's all kinds of various degrees of in the area of censorship. You know what I mean? Yeah, and on Twitter too. So like you see this, it's just even when they do engage with other people, it's just to own them. It's just to shame them. It's just to one up them. So, but at least they're sort of engaging at that level. But it would be a lot. Yeah, it is a lot more normal when people can speak to each other in real life, or even like this. But it has so much to offer. I mean, I think the censorship does work, but the risk is it's a slippery slope, and there's something soul crushing about even when there's somebody you don't particularly like to see them banned and all their videos deleted, like which happened to Molyneux. You know Stefan Molyneux? He was eliminated from YouTube this week. Yeah, this week. Yeah. So yeah, so it's a slippery slope. Like it's like the statues. They don't stop with just the really bad people. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like he had almost a million subs, so he was pretty big. But everything is relative. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or like video. I think they want politics, but like approved politics. So Barack Obama or somebody like that, and then the opposition will be like Ben Shapiro or somebody kosher. Okay, but okay, well that might be true. So then, right? So if not him, whoever the Sean Hannity, maybe that'll be as for the right as it goes. 'Cause he's not gonna. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Uh, Connor, any thoughts on anything you've heard recently? I don't like him that much. Like the most I'll listen to him is if I'm in the car and I'm switching channels and he's on. I'll just listen to that one segment just to hear what he has to say. Well, they just kind of have these conservative personalities um, that go by the same playbook. Yeah, con ops. These are conservative personality. You know Ben Shapiro. I would think you would know Sean Hannity. Um, yeah, these are just kind of like sort of cringy playbook conservatives that are gonna analyze everything by the same book. I used to like Rush Limbaugh because I thought, had actually really good takes. I mean, maybe sometimes he was like the king of news analysis, and he was his own thing. He did whatever he wanted. He has his own network, um, so he was good. But yeah, Ben. I'm not a big Ben Shapiro fan. Like he gets ripped on a lot by like liberals, between the liberals, people that don't like the Jews that much. But he still has a pretty big following. It's a pretty big name. Right. He's okay. I mean, yeah, he has a lot of interesting. He has a lot of interesting rants. She thinks he's sexy, but he has some good takes. But there was a couple takes I disagreed with him. Like he's taking these populist takes, so he's against job cuts and this type of thing. But I mean, whatever. You don't have to agree with everything he says. But he's a good counter to the rest of the media, which is like, yay, statues being torn down. Um, Well, okay, I remember he had a segment on he would be against automation of trucking jobs if that were to come, which like that would be a major hurt if truckers were put out of work. I mean, yeah, that would be pretty bad. But if you look at the history of our country, it's like every time there was a new development, a new technology, it eliminated other industries. You know, like when they containerized shipping, it got rid of all the longshoremen. That's around the world, you know. Like in Amsterdam, they used to come up to the docks and ships and unload it all by hand, and now it's all done by containerization. So it eliminated all those jobs, which is tough, but that's just, you know. Yeah, there's definitely if you're gonna go two steps forward, it at least involves taking a step back. So there were really painful periods in the past, and those were some catalysts for social movements, whether it be communism, socialism, fascism. Uh, so yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, I gotcha. Um, I think I was gonna stay on for maybe like 10 or 15 more minutes. This is my first stream. Um, Happy you guys came on. You know, maybe I'll make it a little bigger. You, you know, don't need like 10 people or 100 viewers, but at least a little bit more than this. I have some other friends I was gonna bring on, and then you know maybe people will see this and want to come on again or something like this. So yeah. So but what else you gonna be up to, Conops? Norvin or OV? Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, hey, thanks for coming on. You know, feel free to stop by the channel whenever. All right. Take care. Bye. So what's up, Bill? Connor? Yeah. Yeah, it can be tough with these streams talking to multiple people, and then you got your kitty there. But yeah, I don't know what else is going on. Gotcha. But she was interesting with her views on the statues. I was just distracted because I was trying to figure out how to do the call, and then the whole thing got fucked up. But yeah, well, it's like those Confederate statues. They could have never. You could have pictured them never putting them there to begin with. But then when they put them there, they're kind of fixtures. So to get rid of them is much more harder than decide not to put them up. So I don't. I don't. I would like to see the statues stay. I mean, I don't know. I don't really care that much, to be honest, about the Confederate statues because I know they're inflammatory. That was the alt right white nationalist protest where they were protesting taking down Governor Lee, General Lee. I think they would have done that anyway, but yeah, an extra reason to stymie Trump. No, but it's like that is a very slippery slope. So if it's slave owners, well, that's like half of our nation's leaders. So yeah, exactly. That needs to be taught, and you can still say like, "Hey, look, slavery was a bad thing, but this is the way stuff was done back then." You know, or you know, in Mongolia, they have this huge statue of Genghis Khan, and they don't even know how many people he killed, raped, but it was millions, and yeah, it's a consequence of the times and the impact that they had. You know, so anyway. Yeah, it is. It's grown a lot. Like it was less than the north, less than the northeast, but it's grown a lot because Texans are just like, well, we don't give a shit. We want our drive-through and our barbecue, and um, I think this is still the quote first wave, whatever that means. Like it was increasing, and then they reopened, and now it's going crazy. But like from an individual point of view, I don't give a fuck. I'm just like I was done. When did this shit start? February, March. So it's been like a third of a year, and it's like I've been okay. I'm still gonna wear the mask. All right, whatever. I'm gonna wash my hands. This low hanging fruit. It's not that difficult, but I just don't care. I'm not trying to catch it. I'm not putting myself at extraordinary risk, but it's like I don't wear the mask outside because apparently it doesn't travel that well. You know, I still try to keep my distance from people, but it's like I'm not gonna be bubble boy for the next year. I don't know. Like I don't even pay attention to that shit anymore. I look on so no, it's okay. No, it's okay. No, I think this was good. I mean, this wasn't the best podcast. I mean, I don't even know how the fuck to set it up, but we can do it again. I was gonna get some more of my friends on that are like, you know, have different politics, so we could discuss shit. Because this is stuff I would discuss on the phone. So then, like, you can do multiple people at a time and make a little show. If we get more people in the chat, that like, there's no one in the chat. I don't know. It would be cool to get people in the chat saying like, this guy Connor sounds like a fucking moron, and then you can respond to him. But trust me, that happens because it's the internet. So but they'll insult me, whatever. But yeah, exactly. Remember that guy that you pissed off on that baseball guy when you would stream on Periscope? That was pretty funny. David showed. Yeah, it was your live streams were pretty funny. It's like the same thing. It's just a different platform. But yeah, I don't know. Don't have it in me to put on a good show, but we'll do it. We'll try another time. Say bye to Jenny. All right. Well, tell her I said have a good night. All right. Later, everyone.